Yeah, and Bill and Candace, Governor Northam said today that the sacrifices Virginians have been making with these COVID-19 restrictions have paid off, and they have slowed the spread of the virus. He initially had hoped to start easing those restrictions at the end of this week, but says a little bit more time is needed.
The message today is that we will reopen Virginia next Friday.
That's the hope of Governor Ralph Northam when it comes to lifting COVID-19 restrictions in Virginia. As such, he's extending an executive order that's closed many businesses and banned gatherings of more than 10 until the night of May 14th, and will adjust the current stay-at-home order to emphasize safer at home.
That gives us an additional 2 weeks to watch the data and determine if we are meeting the metrics we need to see to enter Phase 1.
In terms of what Phase 1 will look like,
you'll still be safer at home. Large gatherings are still a bad idea. It means continued social distancing, teleworking, and face coverings.
Northam says businesses will be allowed to begin reopening, but in a limited capacity, and they'll be given guidelines covering things like physical distancing, cleaning, and workplace safety.
We really want the businesses to be able to do everything that they can to make sure consumers feel safe, that they feel comfortable coming back into these places of business.
Northam adds they'll also accommodate churches and other places of worship in Phase 1. In total, he says there are 3 phases to reopening, and so long as the virus doesn't rebound, he expects each one to last about 3 weeks. But Northam warns even as restrictions are lifted, the virus will still be with us, and people must continue to behave cautiously.
We must not relax our vigilance or think that the risk has passed, especially for our most vulnerable populations.
Now, Northam said he decided to reopen Virginia as a whole and to not take a regional approach, saying doing so would mean picking winners and losers, and that could lead to more division in this country. Now, in response to the governor's announcement today, the House Republican leader Todd Gilbert put out a statement. It reads in part, quote, "We hope the governor is serious about reopening next Friday. Virginians need a light at the end of this tunnel. The governor's decision to use a one-size-fits-all approach is going to negatively impact certain parts of Virginia worse than others," end quote. Working for you at the state capitol, Cameron Thompson, CBS 6 News.